Political analyst Professor Tinyiko Maluleke says the President is expected to remove obstacles to economic productivity when he speaks tonight.
I expect his announcement to be fact-based and numbers-based and evidence-led and evidence-based. So the first expectation is that we will hear how the numbers, the real numbers, are, and on the basis of that, what government is planning to do. We do expect that issues around the borders of the country, the curfew, the arrangements around restaurants closing time, as well as the arrangements regarding the sale of alcohol over weekends, all of those are areas on which he might possibly touch.
However, Maluleke is warning lockdown level 1 could remain in place for some time.
I think we are likely to go to level 1, and my sense is that level 1 is going to be a sort of a semi-permanent state for a very long time, because while the numbers are looking positive, I don't know that any country in the world, including our own, can claim to be completely out of danger.
Well, our political editor, Sbu Ngalwa, joining us now for more on the Sbu. Good afternoon to you. I mean, look, either way, the President's under pressure, but if you look at the number of new daily cases being reported every morning, it's dropped and dropped and dropped, despite the fact the economy has had people moving around more than at any time since March. The pressure is really on for some kind of drop in the regulations, right?
Of course, Stephen. I mean, you're coming from a peak of anything between 10,000 and 15,000 cases a day. And now if you look at the recent figures, they're below 3,000. And that was the point that was also made by the health minister. And I think that when the pandemic broke out, there was a lot of panic around the world, and everyone sort of followed the hardline lockdowns around the world, and there seems to be a rethink even around in other countries as in terms of how they approach this. And yes, we are expecting that there may be some opening up of some borders, because we know that most countries, including in Africa actually, have opened up some of their borders, and also there is talk of the President easing some of the remaining restrictions. But the reality is that the economy, most of it is mostly open. So I think now there's only a few sectors that are mostly affected.
I mean, the big issue, of course, is international borders. For the tourism industry, that really matters.
Of course, and I mean, if you look at the stories that are coming out, speculation from earlier this morning that the country will be able to allow international visitors, but not from some countries, and mentioning actually some parts of Europe and the UK. But if you look at tourism, South Africa, in terms of our statistics, our biggest tourists, in fact, more than 50%, that's accounted for by the UK, the US, and Europe. So it actually won't help the tourism South Africa to just open for some countries and not others, especially those that are the largest contributors to our tourism.
At the same time, more and more evidence about the impact of all of this on the economy. You know, we know exactly what happened in the second quarter. That was during the lockdown, sort of a strange figure. But what people will be really worried about is the long-term impact. Could there be an economic recovery plan tonight, or do you think we'll have to wait until the medium-term budget policy statement?
I would expect that there is, because remember the President, when he addressed us the last time, he did say that there was 2 weeks within which NEDLEC was meant to come up with an economic recovery plan, and we do know that I think yesterday or Monday there was a meeting with NEDLEC, and actually Squasatu also issued a statement to say that there was a presentation to the President, so we can expect flowing from that meeting, and also knowing the devastating effect of the lockdown as said on our GDP figures, that there has to be some announcement of sorts.
Okay, very important announcement, Sbu Ngalwa. Thanks very much indeed, really do appreciate it. Okay, that family meeting tonight, 7 o'clock, a fond farewell to lockdown level 2 is what it looks like. President Cyril Ramaphosa will address you right here on Newsroom Africa, Channel 405.